Welcome to a beautiful day in Southern Virginia. It is about 44 degrees outside, and according to my handy dandy Bluetooth thermometer, it is 76 in here. Well, down to 74 now because I have the door open. Again, I know we went over this before, but I got a lot of air gaps. A lot of air gaps that haven't been sealed. I got a big vent down there. At night, when the sun goes down, this cools down pretty quick. And last night it was in the 20s in here. So I just placed the greens in here. I built this compartment. I know I showed it to you before. This hydroponic cabinet out of an old freezer. All I really did was put a new door on it and made a mount to lower that bottom shelf. But what I have is, I have a 40-watt heat mat. It's on a thermostat. It's red now because obviously it's plenty warm. It's set at like 60. If I could see what it's really set at. Yeah, 60-ish. And then they wouldn't both plug in here because of the size. So I had to put this cord, and I put this timer, which I'm going to turn on manually. When this kicks on, I feed out of my approximately 23-gallon reservoir that comes up through here, floods this table, and it goes down through a tube, drain tube, and floods this lower tray, my 2 table trays. So what happens is I only have one feed. This one drains back through that blue PEX into the reservoir, and then that's what is normally the feed, but that just drains also. So that one is set lower, so that's like an overflow, and that one will start to drain. If you can see, there's plenty of water in there to feed these plants. This thing, I'm gonna run it for 15 minutes at night. When I shut it off, then it continues to drain. It also drains back through the pump. Each thing will drain independently, and 15 minutes a night. I'm going to try it once a night. When it was in the basement, I had it flooding twice a night, and it was a little cold in the basement. It's not heated. So it was down to, in the 40s most nights, which isn't bad. But then even during the day, and like a sunny day like today, it's 44 outside, it's still only maybe 50 down there. And so what happens was, none of this, as you can see, it's all healthy. None of it got damaged in those temperatures, but it didn't grow either, right? So they could take in the 40s before they won't damage, but they need a little bit warmer to grow. So by putting them out here, at night, when the cabinet drops below 60, that thermostat will open up close the circuit for that 40-watt heater mat. Now, on some nights I ran the heater in here with no greens for a week just to make sure I could maintain my temps. And it went only below 47 one time. It was like 13 degrees outside, and it went down to 46 something. So when it's below maybe 25, 20, it'll pretty much run constantly, that 40-watt heater. And when it's in the teens, it won't really keep up. It won't keep up to 60. But it never got below 47, 46. And so these will be perfectly fine with that temp. And then during the day, with this open, with this closed, it'll heat up, right? I have to have it open now because it was 120 in here when I came out here about an hour and a half ago before I moved the greens in here. And the thermometer in back's at 120. Obviously, I can't have lettuce at 120. It'll wilt and die. So what I'll have to do in the morning is come out here and open this cabinet. And then tonight, I can monitor that. When that goes below the temperature that I want to see in the cabinet, which would be 65, 60, somewhere in there, I'll come out and I'll close this door. and the heater will kick on, and no matter how cold it gets out here, that will not get colder than 47. And so it's somewhat automated. I still got to come out every day and open and close the door, open it in the morning and close it at night. And as the season progresses, obviously it's going to get to a point where it's going to be too hot in here. It gets to a point where it's too hot outside to grow lettuce without shade cloth and fans and everything else. So that's going to be a whole nother to do. My goal with this is to grow salad greens for my wife and I, and for my neighbor also, as much as I can supply him, to grow salad greens all year long. So they slowed down again now because they weren't growing, but as you can see, they look very healthy. Look at that. I mean, they're just beautiful. And with the warmer temp during the day, like I said, it's in the 70s now, they should grow and flourish. I've got the timer to kick on about 7 in the morning for 15 minutes. And may increase it to twice a day. I'm going to see how that goes once a day. It's going to be a lot warmer for them now than it was in the basement. So stay tuned. Hydroponic grow system. I don't know. Is this part 3 or part 4? I'll have to look. I think it's part 4. But that's it. And I'll show you the successes and failures as I move forward. Thanks for watching. God bless you.